There you go.
Hi, welcome to Peace Donkeys. Today I'm going to show you how to make this bridle just out of rope. And I've made this one so that you can clip it on and off onto a bit if you need to, or onto a bitless bridle if you've got one. And just a simple another clip on the throat lash. And this is good for donkeys because of the big ears. You don't want to be pulling your bridle across the big ears. You can just unclip that, take the bit out. Okay, Zelda. Okay, good girl. And then you can take it off nice and gently over the ears. Okay. So, thanks for watching and please subscribe. Good girl.
It just went dark.
I don't just press finger on it and it'll lighten up. So you want to measure which bridle that you're going to use. Just measure all your parts, make sure you've got the right measurements. Okay, so first off you want to just melt the ends of your rope so they don't fray. Okay, then you want to attach your piece of rope to your clip, just with a cow's hitch, like so. So next we're going to attach our cheek piece of rope to our ring. Okay, so I've got my rope attached to my clip and I've gone through the ring, and now I'm about to do my keeper with my micro cord. So I've got a couple of feet of micro cord, and the way this goes is you're going to have a little bit of a tail sitting on the end there. And then we're going to go around the back of everything, then make a cross, then go around the back of everything and over to the side. Now what you're going to do with this little bit here is just loosen that off a tiny bit, and you're going to put this strand under there. Okay, so now you're going to bring that strand over to the left. And these two strands that are here, you're going to cross the left strand across the right strand. Okay, like that. Then you're going to take this piece of cord and it's going to go underneath this strand from the left side. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that. It's basically going to go underneath that strand and up through the middle. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to cross this strand back over that one. Doesn't want to play nice. Okay, and then you're going to lift that up, and this strand is going to go underneath that strand and up through the middle. Okay. So now, pretty much, we're back to the start of where we started. I've just kept turning that around. So now what is going to happen is this strand, this long strand, is basically, it's going to keep following this strand here. Okay, so whatever that strand does, this strand is going to do the same. Okay, so because this strand is going underneath here, we're going to put this strand underneath here. Okay, so it's going to go underneath there. Okay, so remember we're following along with this strand here, this one here. So whatever it does, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so it's going along underneath this strand. So I'm going to lift that strand up and follow along with it. Okay, so remember we're following this strand here. Okay, so it's coming over this one, so we're going to go over that one, and then it's going under that one. So we're also going to go under that one. Okay, so now it's going along there and it's going under this strand, so we're going to lift up this strand and we're also going to go under there with it. Okay, so now it's going over these two strands, so we'll go over two and then it's going underneath one. So we'll also go underneath. It's a bit tricky sometimes. Might use a fid next time, might be a bit easier. Okay. So now it's going over two, so we're going over two, and now it's going under this one. So we're going to go under this one. So now it's going over two and under this one. So we'll go under this one. So now it's going under these two. So we'll go under these two. Now it's going over two, so we'll go over two with it. And then it's going under two. So we'll also go under two. We want to stick to the right hand side of it as much as possible, because that's where it naturally falls. Okay, so now we're going along, we're going to go under these two with it. Then it's going over two. Okay, so we're almost back at the start, so that we're no longer following this single strand. Now this strand is two. Okay, so we're ready to stop, but I'm just going to go the last time with it and we'll end here because we're no longer following a single strand. So I'll just go under there. Okay, so that's where that will end. Now this is really loose, so this is a good time now to make sure that you've got your length right, because you can still adjust this at the moment. Okay, you can adjust it down or adjust it back. So make sure you get that to whatever length you need that to be. And then we're going to slide that up and we're going to tighten all the strands. So now what you want to do is you want to find some strands that need tightening up. Tighten up all your work as much as you can. Just keep following strands around until you get that really tight. So where's that one? So you can see wherever you find a loose loop, just tighten that up as much as you can. That's not it. It's that one. Let's get that out of the way. There's the one going here. It's tightening up as well. Okay, so this one is back here now at the start. Tighten that up, and again just keep going with anything you can find that's loose. Okay, so you cut your ends off here now. Fairly short. Just give that a little melt. Just going to put that down in there. Same with this one. Just bend that up a bit so I can access it with the lighter. I'll try to poke that over there as much as I can. Just hide that a little bit. You can also do this, which is, I'm just going to melt this and not squash it. So that'll just create a little bead. I'm just going to let that dry completely without squashing it. Just takes a couple. It's a little bit. And then you can just poke that underneath there. Pull that one over the top. I'll just try that end. So I've put that underneath there so you can't even see it. Okay, so I'm going to do a single one on top of this end here. So it's basically the same as what we did, only we're going to do one turn instead of two. Okay, so over, make an X, come back under, go under this strand, bring it over here, cross these two over, and then put this strand under there. Then cross those two back. Fit here. Go back up under that strand. And that's your one wrap. So you can tighten that up. Okay. So I'll just start here. Just tighten this up. Follow that strand all the way around. Top comes out there. It's nice and tight. Slide that down to there. Okay. They're good to go if you're happy with how tight that is. That shouldn't really slide off. Okay, so with this one, I'm going to melt it just a little bit longer and not squash it because I'm going to try to poke it back underneath there. Okay, so that's dry now, so I'm just going to try to get that underneath that little strand there, just to cover it up a bit and secure it a bit better. Okay, so I've got that in there. Pull that other strand tight, and then I'll actually be able to melt that one onto that one as well in the same place. So that way I've only got I've got both my endings in the same spot instead of in two different places. And I will actually squash that one onto the other one. Okay, so next I'm doing the headpiece that's going to go behind the horse's ears. So I've got a piece of rope that's a bit longer than what I need. Okay, so this is going to be double. So this piece of rope is going to be double over the top of your horse's head. So I'm going to do a cow's hitch with this piece of rope. Okay, and what we're going to do is these pieces of rope are going to join in the middle, so we've got a double piece going over the horse's ears. So you're going to do your other cow's hitch on the other side. So go down through your ring, across the front, back up through the ring, and then back down through there. Okay, so I'm just going to keep adjusting my piece of rope until I get it the length I want it to be, and I'll just keep measuring until I get my length. Okay, so once you know where you want to join them, your pieces of rope, That's where you want to cut. Okay, and then we're going to join these two pieces together. So we'll just use a lighter for that. Just slide that up a bit so that we're going to get a good join. So we'll just melt those. So just hold those together for a few seconds just to make sure that's going to be nice and secure join. Okay, yep, so I'm happy with that. And that's where we're going to join our, that's where we're going to do our other clasp over the top of that. So that makes it nice and smooth on your horse's head and just gives it a little bit of extra security. So just go ahead and do the rest of that. Okay, so I ended up doing three strands on this one just to make sure that I'd covered up that join in the middle. So this is the head part, so it's starting to take shape, starting to look quite nice. And so next all you need to do is add your brow bands. So down through the ring, across, back up through the ring, and then back down through there. Oops. So cow's hitch on that side, do the cow's hitch. On the other side. And again, you'll join the two pieces of rope together in the centre, and then you can add your bead just like you did here, just like exactly the same as what you did for your for your headpiece. I'll do the same on your brow band. I'm just going to put just a single one of these clasps over there, just to give that a little bit of protection. So just here, that'll just help keep that in place until that wears in. Once that wears in on your horse, once you've ridden in your horse a few times, that should settle down and that'll be okay. But I'm just doing that small one there just to keep that in place. So for the throat lash, I've just connected that with one of those clasps and then come around and I've added a clip there, so that's easy to undo your throat lash. And that's pretty much Bridle done. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.